Well, good Monday morning. Looks like MNQ, ES, and gold, they all swept liquidity overnight, took out some older demand zones. We'll see what we get going this morning. So far, ES is just we're about 50% mark of the supply zone. We'll see. Here in about 30 minutes, we'll probably get a little bit of liquidity entered into the market, get going. Want me to look at something? Let me know in the chat. But right now on ES, we really don't have an entry. We are breaking structure up continually right now. We'll see if that continues. If we hold here, let's just look here. We're just barely over 50%, or we were. Now we're back under, so we're going to look for longs. We got to get a break back above and hold and go. Wait for confirmation. So, are we going to get our entry trigger here? Don't know. We just have to sit and wait. That's one thing. Patience is going to be your key. If you want to be a successful trader, you just got to be patient. Look at gold here. Gold looks like it's in a bearish. We're not above 50% of this supply zone. We went up here and basically just kind of got into this liquidity pool here to our left right there. We did break structure up here, but we got this 200. Now, these are not indicators by no means of when to enter. They are just more of timing. That's all. I don't use them for entries. I only use market structure for that. Just like here, this, looking at this is telling me, we're expanded a little far on the 5 minutes, so we're going to have to pull back. But we'll see. We'll see what it does. Right now it's not really giving any entry model, even though we're trending down. There's no confirmation for any entry right now there. Oh look, this is pre-market AMD. I mean, we're opened up really, really far down, so, we're opened up here down about $15 right now. So we'll see what happens. Meta, we're just still accumulating. Nvidia, we opened up down, slowly grinding up. Are we going to continue to grind up, fill this gap? We don't know till later. You just have to let the market tell you what it wants to do. Don't guess. Apple, you see, this is we're in a big supply zone from a previous that has never been broken yet. So let's see if we break it today. Amazon, we're still just accumulating or consolidating here. We're just building up some energy for a move. Tesla, we came down here, took a bunch of liquidity. That's all we did. This wick, that's typical. And it just come down, took everything over here. We took all this, and then it ran back up. So, is it going to go back up and continue? The 15-minute shows we're still bullish. So the 1 hour, same. We'll see what happens. Just have to wait and see, Let's run through some of these bigger names for the day here. Microsoft, these are just my zones. Supply, demand. And this is the 5-minute time frame. I'm not trading on the 30-second or the 1 minute. No institution is trading on the 30-second and the 1 minute. And me, I want to trade with the institutions, not against them. They're going to be on this 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour. That's what I'm just looking to trade with them, not with retail, because they stop out a lot of retail. And you see Microsoft here, it opened up, a little gap up. So we'll see if we can just continue up here and then come back and take all this. Don't really know. We just have to wait and see. Google. Looked like it went down this morning at 3 a.m. Took all this over here to the left. Right now it's showing bullish. We're above this 200. We're compressed a little bit, so we could get a good move out of that. We'll see. Get back over here on ES and see if we're getting anything yet. No, not yet. Which this is typical. It's only 5:40 a.m. here Central Time for me, so generally around 6 a.m. we'll see a little bit of volatility, and that's 6 a.m. Central Time. So now, if you see something you want to ask about, shoot me a question there in the chat, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Now, I'm not going to predict any prices because I have no idea where it's going. We have to wait for the market to tell us where it's going first. Here on gold, I mean, if we continue to come down, this is going to be our first target, about the top of the demand. Then our next would be come down, sweep the bottom down here. Then if we hit that, our next target's this demand. So are we going to continue down? We don't know that yet. You're going to have another target right here. If we come on down, this would be another one right here to me. As far as going up, obviously this would be the first one if you get an entry right here. Right in here would be a second target, just because we have these two candle closes here. We got another one here, and the bottom of that one here, and these two here. So that would be an area I would really pay attention to right here. The next one is going to be up here on these wicks. Right here, we got a couple of them there, a couple of them there. Then, always pay attention. Here's another one we possibly would hit and tap that. So yesterday evening on ES, I caught a good short here at the open. Got in right here at this candle, and took it down right to here. So really good trade Sunday evening Asia session. And I did take another one on gold. It was at 8:30. Right here. Here it was. And let me find it. Here it is. And the reason I took it, at the time, we were in a previous day demand zone there. And you see, I took it off because we broke it, but we were in a demand zone here, got a good rejection candle. And once I got my entry trigger, we took that up here to this level. So those were the two I took on yesterday evening. And like I said, I seen this on the 15-minute. You get a lot of noise and false breakouts, false signals on the 30-second and the 1 minute because, like I said, the big institutions and such are not trading on those time frames. And a lot of folks trade on that because they just don't understand structure on the market. And so once you start understanding how to read the structure, read the market, it becomes really, really simple. So, but I'm not a full-time trader. I work probably like the majority of you people, and I just try to trade before I head into work, or when I get home from work, or if I get a chance at work, I will knock out a trade or two if the structure presents itself. And you see, I mean, I've talked about this in some of my shorts. Um, we're going to consolidate or accumulate, and then we're going to make a good move. and then we make a little bit of consolidation and then make a move. You just continue doing that. It's just over and over and over. If you just look back in the market, just accumulated, and I would say right here, you accumulated in this in zone from here down to here. You accumulated that whole zone. This went up, took liquidity from all of this, and then Sunday, Asia open, wham, there we went. And like I said, there was a previous day demand down here, but I took it off because we broke it. And I mean, you just look over and over. This is something I've talked about in some shorts. Did the same way, just right here, accumulation, consolidated. We just, they just accumulated orders, you know, and then made a move. And this is all liquidity sweeps here. This is all this is. They're just taking all of it. You know, we took everything here and went up, took everything here, come down, took everything down here. You see there, we took everything to there, and then we came down to here and took all of the others here, went up, and then we took a bunch of this liquidity up here, and then we dumped. Because they have to build up orders to make a big move. Same here, we just accumulated, move. I mean, you look at the market, you could just see that over and over again. But you got to know when to enter. You just don't say, well, we've been accumulating, I'm going to get in. Well, that's not going to work. You're going to get stopped out. Now look, here comes some volatility. We're 5:47 a.m. now on Central Time, so I would imagine what we will potentially do is come down here and take this low. We got close, but we should take out this low. Now, it can just wick? That would be okay to take it with a wick. Now, if we may possibly create a new demand zone here. If this continues to come down and consolidate or accumulate down below here, then we may make a new demand. But right now, this is our demand. We closed back above the 50%, so it is active. Now, if it closes underneath of it down in here, it's invalidated. But I would think we're so close to here, we would probably take that, but we'll have to wait and see. You don't rush, you just wait patiently. Let's check ES. See, ES is just slow grinding. MNQ the same. Slow grind. Right now gold is kind of the only thing that looks like it could give a entry, but you got to wait for setup. Can't just guess and hope for the best. You'll blow your accounts. And this is your first time, if you're watching this and you made it this far, be sure you watch those shorts. I'm going to start putting some long form content out to get a little bit more information out there, because the things I'm going to show are not shown by most of. Now let's now look, it formed an entry right there and I missed it. So there was an entry right here. I don't know if you know what you would look for here, but we got a rejection out of here. And there was an entry, but I was not able to get in it in a timely manner. So I'm not going to chase. Now, where could we possibly go? Probably right back up to here. Uh, that would be my first guess. You could go to this wick right here also. And if we're going to continue down, we will come back up here and retest this where we fell out of. So, like I said, if we're going to continue down, we're going to come to here, retest this, and then continue on down. Yeah, let me look here. There could be another. I would say 4067 might be another one. We'll see if we make it to there. Yeah. Right here. We could come to there. That would be my first target right there. And this is, well, how did I come up with that? Well, this is things I'm going to be teaching coming up, because I just don't see a lot of people teaching this, how to trade this really. I mean, we get a lot of false information, I should say. And here we come. Now, are these levels exact that we draw? No. I mean, you have to realize that they're going to be a range. And so, I always say risk accordingly, because, and I always trade conservative. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to hit home runs every time, a grand slam every time. I just want to keep stacking base hits up every day. That's it. There we went. So there would have been, I would have hit the first price target. And normally I would probably just scale out completely on that. Like I said, just trying to hit a base hit, you know. And we can't sit here all day and watch this stuff. Got to go to work. And hopefully in the mornings, you know, about this time, I can get on here and go through some of these things. And maybe some of y'all that's up as early as I am, get on here and we can go through some things. So once you start understanding how the market moves and the structure, it's going to become a lot easier to understand. I mean, that's the things I'm going to be teaching and showing. How to draw like you see the blue zone here, demand zone. How to actually find those on the 5 minute, how to find those on the 15 minute. How do you find those for long term trades? And nothing I'm telling you all here is financial advice. It's just I'm just trying to educate you on how this market moves. Because if you're trading your own accounts for long term, do you really know how to read the market and know when the best time to enter these long term trades are? And that's something that I'm covering, and what I'm showing is how to read the market for your long term also. And like I said, I'm not telling you when to buy or sell. I'm just simply showing you how to read the market structure. And another thing, I know you guys probably see probably several of these other folks on here, yelling, screaming, throwing fits, and carrying on. But I'm not going to be doing any of that. I mean, I'm just here to educate, here to help people, and that's what I want to do. I'm not here to get a bunch of views and that. I just want to try to start educating people on what they really should be looking for, not what's the hot topic at the moment, how to actually read this structure. So, but well, it's almost 6 a.m. and I'm going to have to get ready to get off here for work. So, um, like I said, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments here too, and I will look at whatever I can and hopefully answer whatever you have a question for. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you again later.